Like and subscribe, and let's do this.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all. I gotta get this off my chest real quick. Cause who was bro right here feeling like? Like, bro, look at him. He was walking up all confident, doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, dog. You
Bro
are
was
a
horrifying.
character. You ain't even got a name. Know your role, nigga. You are not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal.
Alrighty,
You're not
ladies
that
and
guy.
gentlemen, welcome to another special emergency impromptu mini truck.
Let's
Not
go.
gonna lie, these back-to-back videos that was not planned, but after what I've seen and witnessed again, I had to make another detour because
I've been waiting on this, bro.
Zenin, bro. Like, if you've already seen this episode of JJK, you knew this video was coming because this was generally one of the craziest things I've ever seen. She literally just wiped the whole bloodline off the map. So with that being said, it's trial time, baby. So y'all already know we got the evidence on deck, and we counting how many bodies got dropped at the end of this. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado,
Let's go.
Exhibit Z.
Exhibit Z?
The Zenin clan off the map.
Oh, Zenin.
Now, since this is a trial, and we are reviewing a pretty massive crime, let's go ahead and get the main question out the way first. Was Maki blaming her entire clan justified? And I ain't gonna lie, I'm here to tell you right now, yes. 100% yes. All
I'd
these
do the
sorry
same,
ass
bro.
fraudulent ass niggas had to go. Just straight up, these niggas suck. Big three family, my ass. Like, bro, on some real shit, the Zenin clan might be one of the most toxic fictional families of all time. I mean, they are competing with the big dogs of dog shit families. Like, they running with the Mishimas, the Hanmas,
The Skywalkers.
Targaryens, the royal family of the Fire Nation. Like, these niggas were terrible. The only thing these
They really up there, bro. I don't get families like this, bro. How can you be so toxic?
greedy motherfuckers valued in life was status and power. Like, for example, if you had low curse energy or your curse technique didn't
You're
meet up to their
trash.
standard, they treated you like garbage. They wouldn't even look at your ass. And
Thanks.
Lord, don't even get me started on the misogyny. This motherfucker Naoya, bro, had to go. This nigga is basically what would happen if Fresh and Fit did the fusion dance. They turn into this motherfucker. I mean, the stuff he was saying about women, like, good God, bro was talking crazy. And last but
Bro is peak misogyny. Peak misogyny. And girls like him. He has a whole fan base, bro. Can you believe that?
not least, and one of the prime reasons they had to get packed up was because of her ugly ass, old ass, black eyed daddy. This man might be in the running for one of the worst dads in anime history. Like, him and her sorry ass mama both had to go. I mean, this nigga really made a whole plan to slime out his own daughters. Ogi literally hated Maki and Mai simply because he thought that his daughters were the reason he wasn't named head of the clan. I mean, the first thing Maki sees when she comes back home is her father standing over her sister's body. After
Oh my
he
God,
took
bro.
water out of her. Then he decides to cut his own daughter down in cold blood, and then he proceeds to drag both of his children's bodies through a dark hallway and throws both of them in a chamber full of curses and leaves his own children in there for dead. These niggas
L
had
dad
to
for
go.
real.
Every last one of them. Because these motherfuckers were generally terrible people. So when Mai told Maki to destroy it all and sacrifices herself because her literal existence was nerfing Maki because of the whole identical twin thing in JJK, this was the last day on Earth for every last person in the Zenin compound that day. Because since Mai took all the curse energy with her when she passed, it left Maki with none. And with the heavenly restriction that she has, she basically got a game-breaking buff and became a physical freak of nature, just like her dead.
She got new patch notes. She had the DLC, bro. I swear.
uncle. So the first victim of Maki's massacre was
But
her
man, daddy.
deadbeat dad, and she made quick work of his sorry ass. Hell, he was so scared when he felt her aura. This nigga thought Toji came back from the dead like the Undertaker, but nah, bro charged up his attack just for Maki to hit him with a.
I like it, cut G.
Took the nigga's dome piece off.
Oh my God, this nigga ass, bro.
So after she dropped off her sorry ass pops, next up on the chopping block were the Kukuru unit. And this is the moment where Maki turned into the bride. Cause the way she was dicing these niggas up really had me thinking I was watching the anime adaptation of Kill Bill. Now let's set the scene. After her pops got a fresh lineup, the whole compound ended up going on lockdown, and Maki ended up getting surrounded by the Kukuru unit. A bunch of nameless Zenin clan NPCs with no curse techniques that ranks were filled up with a bunch of bald niggas and motherfuckers with butts cause that have never had a tip fade or a lineup ever in their life. But luckily for the Kukuru unit, they were surrounding the best barber in Jujutsu Society. So a bunch of them end up running at her, but she swings once and gets a triple kill. Then after she drops the first four, she just casually starts to walk down these niggas. Look at this one kill. She cuts both of his arms off and sliced them down the middle. And while she was mid-air, she hits his sword and it was straight into this dude's neck. So after she wiped out the first wave of dudes,
damn, bro.
Bald nigga. And I ain't gonna hold y'all, I gotta get this off my chest real quick, cause who was bro right here feeling like? Like, bro, look at him. He was walking up all confident, doing all this extra shit just to get dropped in 0.5 seconds. Like, come on, dog. You are a
bro.
character.
At least he went out in style.
You're wrong, nigga. You are not that guy. Ow. So after this bald nigga lost all of his aura, Maki just continued to brutally murder everyone in sight. Nobody in that room was safe. She was styled.
You know what this scene reminds me of? That one scene in Vinland Saga where in the forest with Thorkel, when he was slicing and dicing all those people. That's what it reminds me of.
On these niggas so hard the screen turned gray and black, just like when the bride ripped the dude's eyes out. Now as she continued to cut everyone down, we get to one of her most brutal kills. She drops down like she's about to do a hell sweep, but she kicks this dude in the
bro
gut.
Knows ball.
And this kick was so hard, it literally made this dude's head explode. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I'm one of these dudes and I just saw one of my homies go out like that,
it's time to leave, bro.
I'm hopping on a plane and I'm leaving Japan.
Hey.
Cause I'm not about to lose my life for this shit, gang. A nigga's head just exploded. You got me f***ed up. So after she just exploded bro's cranium, these two come in and swing, but they get instantly decapitated. Then this one tries to attack her, but she hits the limbo and gives this nigga one of the nastiest side eyes. She really looked at bro like,
I know bro so left his body.
Then shoots his sword in half. And while bro was just left in disbelief, he had no time to think about his next move, cause he ended up getting split in two. Then she ends up jumping up top. And look at this brother right here. You can tell just by the look in his eyes that he done already doodled his pants. And he's regretting his entire life right now. Bro is probably in his head cursing his parents for birthing him in this family.
Tragic, bro.
Painting the wall red and finally puts that one guy out of his misery. Then she ends up pulling off one of the sauciest sequences in anime history. She jumps down and starts sliding on the blood and booms like 10 niggas. Then while she was still sliding, one dude tries to hit her, but she...
Nasty! You know what that reminds me of? Zoro's Rashomon from One Piece. Low-key looks like it. Rashomon.
Misery. Then she ends up pulling off one of the
sauciest
sequences in anime history. She jumps down and starts sliding on the blood and moves like 10 niggas. Then while she was still sliding, one dude tries to hit her, but she ends up hitting the limbo again and ends up transitioning into a bicycle kick and snatches bro's ankles. Then the last guy in the sequence got done the dirtiest out of everyone.
That was cold.
She slid on the blood while standing upright and pulled up in front of this dude's face. And she stared into his soul and hit him with a
Hand me the black amount.
In the air.
Not gonna lie, this might be one of the most disrespectful moments of all time, simply because of how nonchalant she was while doing this. She really slid on the blood and passed by both of these niggas and singled dude out specifically just to hit him with a 1-inch punch and send him flying. Like, that is just flat out ridiculous. So she runs up to this one dude.
But you'd rather be that guy,
like
though.
Anakin did to Count Dooku as she cuts his hands clean off and disarms him. And while this dude was screaming in pain, his sword that ended up flying landed on top of this dude's dome. dude wasn't even expecting it. Poor guy died because of collateral damage. So as Maki continued to cut down the last wave of Zenin NPCs, she decides to finish him off with a Devil May Cry combo. She starts to swing and chop up
Oh my God, bro.
in the room. So when she finally stands upright, everybody else in the room and with that, Maki just casually dropped off the entire Kukuru unit that consisted over 100+ niggas. She dropped off over 100 people in that room in about 2 minutes. That's just pure wicked work right there. So after the Kukuru unit was wiped
That's
out,
insane,
we moved on
bro.
to our next set of victims, who were known as the Hei. Now the Hei consisted of the strongest sorcerers in the Zenin clan. All these dudes were semi-grade 1 sorcerers or higher. So on paper, these niggas should not be bums. But Maki didn't give a damn who they were, cause she was here to expose.
But let's be real though. You're bums, bro. You're straight buns. If Mikey has the new DLC patch note, bro. She got the update.
These bums for the frauds that they were. So the first thing that she does is instantly speed blitz Nobuaki, the captain of the Kukuru unit. And she wasted little to no time on his sorry ass. Bro tried to lunge in to attack Maki, but she closed the distance in like 2 seconds and cuts his sword into pieces. Then she ripped his throat out, and the front piece of his sword that ended up getting broken off flew back and dug him in the back of the head. Not gonna lie, this has to be her most brutal kill in this whole case, because this
That was
just flat out
nasty.
disgusting. She really just grabbed him by the neck and ripped out his trachea. And while dude was bleeding out and gasping for air, his own sword hits the reverse and throws him in the head. Like, good God, that is just pure brutality. So next up was the old man with the mohawk. And just look at him in this frame. You know damn well his old ass didn't know what the hell was going on. Huck had no business being here. Maki was so fast, she popped up in his face
Uncle
for a good 2
Bamboo.
seconds. And you see his death from his POV. Maki ripped his eyes out and crushed them in front of him. She brutally murdered a senior citizen who probably had Alzheimer's disease. So after she took out the first 2, she ends up getting hit by this gravity magic attack by this rat tail looking motherfucker. And he was trying to hold her down for this ore farmer Junichi to not do shit.
I ain't gonna lie, bro looks kinda cold though.
100% real with y'all. This Junichi nigga had my ass fooled, I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. He does look cold though. Look at him, bro.
100% real with y'all. This Junichi nigga had
You
my
can't tell
ass
me he
fooled,
doesn't
I
look
ain't gonna
cold.
lie. I thought he was gonna be one of them ones. I mean, look at the nigga. He looked the part. He looking like Uvo from Hunter x Hunter. He was Toji's brother, for Christ's sake.
Thanks.
I thought he was gonna be like that. But no, my disappointment was immeasurable. He hits Maki with the same move Deku hit Overhaul with. Just a massive barrage of punches that ended up manifesting into a bunch of giant fists. And it looks like this attack should have done something. Hell, the explosion the attack gave off looks like a nuke just got set off. But when the dust clears, the first person that you see is Ranta. And his little rat-tailed ass was bleeding out because he was trying to hold down Maki so Junichi could kill her. And he thinks that he is dying at peace, thinking that his boy Junichi just finished the job. So when he finally dies, you see Maki walk out of the smoke. And when she walks past him, she is carrying Junichi's head. This kid Ranta died living a false reality because his sacrifice meant nothing. Bro died just for Junichi's sorry ass to not do shit. And
Demon.
every bit of aura bro
But let's be real though. They are strong. It's just that they were unlucky. They were facing Mikey, bro.
had. So after the fraudulent four got packed up, the last man standing was none other than the leader of the Zenin clan's most elite squad of bums, the misogynistic tickle monster himself. Now,
The misogynistic
this wide-mouthed,
messiah.
lock-jawed, crooked tooth looking motherfucker probably gave Maki the best spa day she's ever had in her life. I mean, look at this 5-star customer service. He is massaging every muscle on her body at 24 frames per second. That shit probably feels amazing. Then he got to his chiropractic bag. Nigga started to throw her in the mountains and shit, making sure her bones
These
and joints
edits,
were loose
bro.
from all that attention, because he knew her back had to hurt from carrying this episode so damn hard. So after about a good 12 seconds when the massage was finally over, we get to the demise of Naoya. And one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. Maki ends up squatting down into the stance of a sumo wrestler, and she just stands here and waits patiently to swat this nigga like the fly that he was. So while Naoya was running to use his finishing move, Maki basically figured out how his technique works and downloaded his movements and read him like a
New patch notes, bro. New update.
into this nigga's soul. Fist cocked back and loaded, and you can see it in Naoya's face. Bro is looking like the two dudes from the last video that were in the same exact situation, and he was probably thinking the same thing they were in his last moments.
Damn, you really about to rock my shit.
Bro, you know what she did? She gave her that Luffy special. You remember when Luffy was fighting? What's his name, bro? What's his name? That guy with the spring legs? Yeah. This is exactly what happened. Tragic.
Fatality.
And with his face caved in and skull shattered, the strongest misogynist in history was cooked. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the final on-screen victim of the Zenin clan massacre. And it was none other than her sorry-ass mama. And the way she killed her was actually very unsettling. She was basically walking around and playing hide and seek with her while calling out, "Mother," in a tone that felt like she was just trying to talk with the intentions of killing her. She was moving like an actual
Psychotic, bro.
So when she finally found her, you can just see the terror on her face, because her own daughter that she treated like garbage was about to take her life. And Maki didn't even hesitate to do it. She slit her throat, and that was that. Ball game. Now let me give her sorry ass mama a little credit. She did make sure to send Naoya's two-faced Harvey Dent looking ass back to the lobby with the rest of the family. But with that though, every single member of the Zenin clan that was at the compound that day were dead. And Maki's mother was the last on-screen victim of the massacre. Now I say last on screen because guess what? Job's not finished. Because when Mai said destroy it all, she really meant destroy it all. Because after she massacred everybody at the compound that day, she went off and boomed every other Zenin clan member that wasn't there that day.
Damn, bro.
She took every last one of these niggas off the map. You wasn't even safe if you wasn't even at the compound that day. She still found those niggas and killed them.
Bro, imagine you don't go to school and some horrible shit happens at school. And you think, oh, I'm safe. I didn't go to school. And then that shit catches you at home, bro. That's tragic.
She completely eradicated the entire bloodline to the point where they ended up getting kicked out of the big three families and their entire family legacy was ruined. Now, last thing to complete this entire exhibit, let's estimate how many people she actually killed. Now, with the resources we got, we can make a pretty good estimate. So let's look at this family photo right here. Every person in this photo besides Naobito got killed by Maki, and that would be a total of 112. And adding her sorry ass mama, that's 113. Now let's look at everybody that was not at the compound. She killed the other 6 members of the Hei that weren't there that day, 9 members of the Akashi, and 21 other members of the Kukuru unit. So if we add in those other bodies, she dropped off 149 of these niggas.
Oh my goodness!
Now this is not a confirmed number, this is just my estimate. But not gonna lie, that is one wicked kill death ratio. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a easy pass. Light work, no reaction. She really exposed how fraudulent the Zenin clan actually was. Like, it's actually hilarious when you look at this. This clan prides itself off of cursed techniques and
in a single day.
The fact that all these
one day
men got wiped off the map by a 16-year-old girl that didn't have a drop of that shit is hilarious. Their legacy is cooked. And you know, all this could have been avoided if they just listened to Naobito's will. But hey, they can all have that conversation down there while they burning in hell. Also for the crime, not guilty. Them niggas had to go. Free Maki, nigga. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time.
What can I say, bro? She's a demon. And she did what I think Toji always wanted to do to the Zenin clan. So, all I can say is Maki is goated, bro. So, that's the end of the video, guys. And please, if you want me to watch more CJ the Champ videos, put the links in the comments so I can know what you want me to react to. And I'll see you in the next one.